The first time I realized my mother's family hated my father, I was 6 years old. We were standing outside a giant white church in Savannah, Georgia. My mom was holding my hand so tight it hurt, and my dad kept smoothing down the sleeves of the only suit he owned. Inside, my cousin Rachel was getting married. Outside, we were not welcome. I still remember my grandmother's voice slicing through the heavy church doors. She made her choice 30 years ago. She doesn't belong here. My mother didn't cry. That's the thing about my mom. She never cried where people could see. She just smiled at me, bent down, fixed my crooked collar and said, "Come on, baby, let's go get pancakes." Like getting rejected by your own family was just another Tuesday. Back then, I didn't understand the whole story. I only knew one thing. My mom had once been the golden child of the Whitmore family. Old Southern money, huge estate, private schools, country club memberships. The kind of family that cared more about appearances than people. Then she met my dad. My father, Daniel Reyes, was the complete opposite. His parents were Mexican immigrants. He worked construction during the day and took night classes at community college. He drove a rusty pickup truck that coughed smoke every time it started. But my mom loved him. And according to the Whitmores, that was unforgivable. Especially because my father wasn't rich, wasn't from the right background, and definitely wasn't the man they had picked for her. So when my mother married him at 23, her family cut her off overnight. No trust fund, no inheritance, no family home, nothing. My grandfather reportedly told her, "If you walk out that door with him, don't ever come back." She walked anyway, and she never begged to return, not once. That's the part I admire most now. Because life after that wasn't easy. We lived in a tiny 2-bedroom apartment over a laundromat for years. The pipes rattled all winter. The ceiling leaked every spring. And every summer the AC quit like it was clockwork. Dad worked himself to exhaustion. Construction during the day, warehouse shifts at night, sometimes both. Mom became a waitress even though she had a business degree from one of the best colleges in the South. And still, they loved each other like crazy. Not fake movie love, real love. The kind where Dad brought Mom gas station flowers every Friday because roses are overpriced anyway. The kind where Mom rubbed his shoulders after 16-hour shifts without complaining once. The kind where they danced barefoot in the kitchen while boxed macaroni boiled on the stove. We were poor, but our house never felt empty. Then came the recession, and everything got worse. Dad's construction company shut down, bills piled up. Collection calls started flooding in daily. I remember hearing my parents whispering late at night when they thought I was asleep. "We can sell the truck. That won't be enough. We'll figure it out." They always said that, "We'll figure it out." But one night I heard something different. Mom quietly said, "I could call my family." Silence. Then Dad answered softly, "No, they owe you nothing," he said, "but they're still my family." Dad didn't reply for a long time. Then he said something I'll never forget. "People who only love you when you obey them aren't family." My mother never called. Instead, she picked up extra shifts. Dad started roofing houses independently, and somehow they survived, barely. Years passed. I graduated high school, then college. My parents sat in the front row at graduation wearing clothes they could barely afford. Dad cried harder than I did. Mom kept taking pictures like she was trying to freeze the moment forever. That night, while eating cheap takeout at home, Dad raised a plastic cup and said, "This right here, this is wealth." And honestly, he meant it. A year later, everything changed. Dad got sick. At first it was just exhaustion, then dizziness, then pain, then tests, stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The doctors gave him less than a year. I watched the strongest man I knew shrink before my eyes, and through all of it, my mother never left his side, not once. She slept in hospital chairs, learned every medication schedule, held his hand during chemo, smiled even when she was breaking apart inside. One night I overheard Dad apologizing to her. "I ruined your life." My mother looked furious. "You gave me my life," she whispered. He died 3 months later. And I swear our house stopped breathing after that. My mom became quieter, smaller somehow, but she kept moving. That's what survivors do. Then, 6 months after the funeral, the Whitmores came back. Oh, not because they suddenly loved her. Because they needed something. See, my grandfather had died. And apparently the family business was collapsing. Bad investments, lawsuits, tax investigations. The mighty Whitmore empire was drowning. And guess who had somehow become successful despite being abandoned? My mother. Turns out all those years working endless jobs had made her sharp as hell. She eventually started a logistics company with a friend from the restaurant industry. By her late 50s, she was quietly wealthy, not mansion rich, but successful enough that people suddenly remembered her existence. Funny how money makes relatives grow conscience overnight. One Sunday afternoon, a black luxury SUV pulled into our driveway. Out stepped Aunt Victoria. Perfect pearls, perfect makeup, perfect fake smile. I was inside visiting Mom when the doorbell rang. The second my mother opened the door, Victoria burst into tears so dramatically she deserved an Oscar. "Oh my God, Alina, family belongs together." My mom stared at her like she was a stranger asking for directions. Victoria talked for almost 20 minutes straight. About healing, forgiveness, second chances, family unity. Not one mention of abandoning her for 30 years. Not one apology for missing Dad's funeral. Then finally, the truth came out. The family business needed investors. Translation? They wanted my mother's money. I watched Victoria slide paperwork across the table like she was offering a sacred peace treaty. My mother looked down at the papers, then she started laughing. Not angry laughing. The kind of laugh that comes when you finally see people clearly. Victoria looked confused. "What's so funny?" My mom wiped tears from her eyes. "You know," she said, "Daniel used to say this day would come." Victoria stiffened. Mom continued, "He told me that one day the same people who discarded us would need us." Silence filled the room. Then my mother pushed the papers back across the table. "No." That single word changed the energy instantly. Victoria's fake kindness vanished so fast it was terrifying. "You're seriously choosing pride over family?" My mother stood slowly. And for the first time in my life, I saw the full strength of the woman who raised me. "No," she said calmly. "I'm choosing the family who never abandoned me." Victoria scoffed. "You have no family left." My mother smiled softly. "Yes, I do." Then she looked at me, and I realized something that nearly broke me. All those years, all that pain, all that rejection, and she still considered herself lucky, because she had us. Victoria left furious, but the story didn't end there. Over the next few months, more relatives started crawling out of the shadows. Cousins adding me on social media. Uncles sending friendly messages, random invitations to family reunions. One cousin literally wrote, "We should reconnect now that we're older." Translation, "Now that your mother has money." Mom ignored all of them. Then came the final twist nobody expected. A lawyer contacted my mother regarding my grandfather's estate. Apparently before dying, he had changed part of his will. Not out of love, out of guilt. He left my mother a letter. I was there when she opened it. Her hands trembled the entire time. Inside was a short handwritten note. "I kept waiting for you to come back. Truth is, I should have gone after you instead." That was it, one sentence. 30 years too late. My mother cried harder that day than she did at my father's funeral. Not because it fixed anything, but because sometimes one sentence confirms everything you already knew. He loved his pride more than his daughter. Until the very end, Mom folded the letter carefully and placed it beside Dad's old photograph. Then she smiled through tears and whispered, "He was still worth it." She wasn't talking about the inheritance. She was talking about my father. And honestly, after everything I watched them survive together, I would have chosen him too, every single time.